Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. I am continuing Battlestar Galactica. This is Season 1, Episode 6, titled Litmus. And I really don't want to waste any time. I just want to get into it. So all I'm going to say is just please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like and comment. It really helps out when you do that. And also check out the Patreon page where you can watch the uncuts. We have early reactions over there as well, both for Battlestar Galactica and some of the other stuff that we are watching. There's a link down in the description and a pinned comment telling you exactly how far ahead I am with Battlestar Galactica over on Patreon. There we go. Now, let's just do this. Season 1, Episode 6. Here we go.
Next.
What's with this guy? Ah, okay. Need a little one-on-one time.
Anybody see you?
No, I went through the hatch combing on Sea Causeway.
And they are sneaking.
Hangar Bay 2. Bravo team, EOD standby for positions offloading. Hangar Bay 2.
Oh, what the hell is this person doing? Wait. Ty, what do you
Approach from aft. Repeat, approach from aft.
Okay, he recognized him. Okay, it's the guy that they left on Ragnar Station. Not the exact same, but oh, whoa. Okay. Damn. Explosive start. Of course, that's why they didn't let us see his face until that very moment when Ty and Adama recognized him. And they're like, wait a minute. Oh my.
3 dead, 13 injured.
You get a good look at the bomber?
Yes.
It was him, right?
Yes.
Wow, those burns.
Water tank explosion, the discovery of explosives aboard a Raptor, and now this.
Your point?
They are among us.
I need a free hand to follow evidence wherever it might lead without command review.
Because it could be anyone.
I also strongly recommend alerting the public to the silent threat if there are other copies of this man aboard the fleet. We should find them before they strike again.
Take that under advisement.
Yeah, you don't want to panic and everyone just starting suspecting everyone else. And
I owe you one.
saved your ass. What the hell are you guys doing? Are you making moonshine? Yeah, alright.
The dumbest of the dumb. The only thing you're making out of this is a one-way trip to sickbay or the morgue.
Good thing he stopped you.
One of you brings me twice that length of copper tubing,
Oh,
a spot heater, and a CO2 scrubber. I'll show you people how this is done.
and now he's gonna help them.
He's very handsome.
You really think so?
You disagree? He's attractive.
Oh, okay, no, yeah, she's just with them. Like, yep. That answered my question from the last one.
I'm setting up a tribunal.
And that tribunal will have to come back to the public with a name. Someone who screwed up.
We don't know if anybody's screwed up.
Yeah.
I do not want a witch hunt on our hands.
Where were you at the time of the bombing?
In my rack, reading some trashy novels the scientist gave me.
Did you see the chief?
Chief?
Oh, shit.
I saw him right before I turned in.
How's a
We're
coward?
gonna suspect the chief and or Sharon.
I mean, not the whole time, but he dropped in and watched us play for a while.
Okay.
And now she's getting different stories.
I was asleep, Sergeant.
All right. That'll be all for now.
For you to not be suspected as a cylon, then you're gonna have to come clean about relationship.
I feel it is time to reveal certain information that has, until now, remained a tightly guarded secret.
Okay. They are telling people.
Cat's out of the bag.
Yep. It is out and it's gonna wreak havoc.
Anyone seeing either of these two men at any time, anywhere in the fleet should immediately contact the Battlestar Galactica and the Office of the President. Now I'll take your questions.
There's gonna be a lot of them.
Chief, need you to come along as well.
You're arresting the chief?
Who's arresting the chief?
No one is under arrest.
What's the meaning of all this?
Oh, whoop.
Very well. Proceed.
Sir,
Are you protective?
are you and the chief involved in a relationship?
No.
Better that
So
than
ordered
being
us to put a stop to it, so we did.
having them suspect that you're a cylon. Although, well, she is.
If we don't believe in each other, then we don't got each other's backs when the heat comes down. We ain't nothing.
That kind of thinking is over. It's every man for himself.
Oh yeah, no, that's too extreme.
You better watch your backs.
Can't bury your head in the sand. He was right about that, but they are definitely also right about like we can't start turning on each other either.
What about the hatch combing for Causeway C?
Oh.
It opens onto a causeway which leads directly to a small arms locker where a Marine guard was found dead at the scene. The locker was opened with the correct code.
Ooh.
Internal security falls under the purview of the Master-at-Arms, and the Master-at-Arms is Sergeant Hadrian.
Oh.
Did Lieutenant Valeri leave the hatch combing open last night?
Oh.
Where were you at the time of the bombing? Were you in fact meeting with a Cylon agent?
No, well, yes, but not to his knowledge.
Right. Under Article 23.
Now that's suspicious. He's just willing to risk everything for that relationship.
Did you go through the hatch combing on C deck?
Yes, sir. I went through that hatch.
Did you leave it open?
Yes, sir, I think I did. Look, the chief had nothing to do with it. It was me. I left my post and I left the hatch open.
Wow.
You realize, don't you, that by leaving the hatch open, you allowed a Cylon to gain access to a small arms locker?
He's just jumping on that grenade.
Yes, sir.
Dude.
The chief is innocent. He didn't do anything.
Specialist, did you leave the hatch open deliberately?
No. Just say no. Or, well, you left it open so that... But that's not...
Whatever happened, it was me. Just me.
So he left it open for Boomer, then... So, like, he's not lying about that, but, like, he definitely doesn't have anything to do with the Cylon attack. Right? Now I'm starting to doubt. Fuck's sake.
He overestimated his willingness to risk himself for you.
He just doesn't love you.
Wait.
Damn it, Hilo, look up!
Seems you made an impression after all. He's a good man. He always does the right thing.
Are you prepared for the next step?
Yes.
Which is?
Your super secret project's on C-Deck, right? The bomber was on C-Deck, right?
Yes, I know. I heard the explosion. Very frightening.
Do you think that's where it was headed?
Oh. Yeah.
Why are they trying to blow me up? You're the one that told me what to do in the first place. I wouldn't even be making this flipping cylon detector if it wasn't.
What the fuck is that? Ugh. Acting suspicious, as always.
You're gonna complete the project just like I told you.
What is happening here?
Don't make me angry, guys. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Alright, Hulk. Are you okay? The fuck was that? What's wrong with you? Those would be good questions to ask if you saw someone acting like that. Jesus fuck. Oh, okay, just need to rough her up a bit.
No, Sharon wouldn't give up without a much harder fight.
Okay, need to rough her up even more. Again, the filter that they're using here on Caprica, both with the day and scenes and night scenes, it's just a lot.
What about this other man, your Chief Tyrrell?
Courts have never held that invoking the right to remain silent can be used as evidence of guilt.
You sound like a lawyer.
My father was a lawyer. Civil liberty.
Oh. What's up?
Madam President, I'm gonna have to call you right back.
What? I have orders to bring you before the tribunal, sir.
Huh? Oh, okay. I thought maybe one of them were gonna be like, hey, I saw like the Gaius Balta guy acting real strange. But no. So the next step is just finding her all beat up and then what? They just want them to find and contact the fleet, then why all these extra steps? Or maybe like they don't, because they seems like they know where the fleet is. Otherwise, how are they able to send a bomber and infiltrate? Hilo, be fucking behind you. Oh yeah, they really roughed her up.
Okay. Now we're even.
She did call him like a good man. He always does the right thing. Is this one going to maybe turn or something? Like when they really start caring about a human, then
When did you first learn
I have so many thoughts.
about the Cylons?
And
On
questions.
Ragnar Station before we left.
As always.
Sir, isn't it true that had we known that the Cylons appeared human, different security procedures would have been followed?
Maybe.
Had different procedures been followed, the bombing may have been prevented.
That's speculative.
I'm asking if it's possible.
I know what you're asking, Sergeant.
Anything is possible.
Do you believe that there are Cylon agents aboard ship even as we speak?
Yes.
You knew that Lieutenant Valeri and Chief Tyrrell were having an illicit relationship.
I don't see the relevance of this line of questioning, Sergeant.
Well, the commander should bear in mind that my questions are not subject to commander's review.
You've lost sight of the purpose of the law. To protect its citizens, not persecute them. Whatever we are, we're better than that. Now these proceedings are closed.
Damn.
Corporal of the Guard, restrain the commander and return him to the witness chair.
You gonna do that?
Your orders are to escort Sergeant Hadrian back to her quarters and keep her in confinement till further notice.
Oh, damn.
Sergeant Hadrian. You'll come with us, please.
See where their loyalties lie. Ah, this is such a fucking complicated situation.
Name is Specialist Osinus. He's confessed to lying under oath and dereliction of duty in time of war. He's been stripped of his rank and confined to the brig.
Damn. He really just sacrificed himself.
I think that he's doing this out of a sense of misplaced loyalty to me.
Somewhere in this there's truth. Care to take me to it?
That would be nice.
Commander, he's innocent. I know that much. I should be in the brig.
That's a fact. You should be in the brig.
Oh.
He either lied the first time or he lied the second time. And it doesn't matter. He's guilty and he'll pay the price.
Okay.
You'll have to walk out on that hangar deck every day, knowing that one of your men is in the brig because you couldn't keep your fly zipped.
What?
You keep my planes flying.
I need you.
I need my planes to fly.
Yeah. Damn, he got chewed out.
Sharon, no.
What?
Sharon, we're done. It's over.
Whoa.
I put everything on the line for you. Everything. I cover for you. I protect you.
Yeah.
So some innocent kid, one of my kids, can take the fall for me? No! We are not worth that.
Damn.
Did you leave the hatch combing open last night?
What are you saying? That I helped the Cylon?
I didn't say anything.
You are a Cylon.
You have the only answer you're ever gonna get.
What? Fuck you. I'll see you around. Alright. That was actually somewhat unexpected what the chief did there. As I said, I have a lot of thoughts. A lot of questions as per usual. So let's just get into it, because the episode opened with a cylon agent infiltrating again and doing the whole, the suicide bomber thing there, and was most likely going for whatever. We know what Gaius is doing on C deck, and they wanted to stop that and blow that up. And that, I guess, we're going to get into that first, because that is, and it's just, thoughts and questions again. I don't really have any good theories necessarily about it, but number 6 has been guiding Gaius to do a lot of these things and just constantly putting words in his mouth. And especially when it comes to this project, like, she wants him to continue. She wants him to finish it. But then why would the Cylons not want him to finish it? Like, is there something going on in there? And that also sort of connects to what is going on with the... I think some of you guys said that it's Sharon when it's on Caprica with Hilo, and it is Boomer when it is on when she's on the Galactica. So I'll just go with that. So both with, I lost my train of thought. Both with Boomer and Sharon, the two versions there, and number 6, like it feels like they are maybe getting too connected to the humans that they are interacting with. And I still have questions when it comes to like how number 6 is interacting with Gaius just through his head. And I'm thinking that it must be something that she inserted into his brain or something, that so that she will always be there. Like, it's not a figment of his imagination. That I don't believe that. Unless he himself is also a Cylon, and that's how they... Because, as I said, like, I don't have any concrete theories necessarily. It's just, I'm just so curious about how it all works, and I can't wait to get into it more. But just the way that they are creating the intrigue and the mystery here surrounding the human Cylons and their bond to, like, or allegiance to the Cylons themselves, but also how they interact with the humans that they are interacting with. And it just leads me to believe that there might be, in certain cases, where they are getting so attached to those humans that they are going against their Cylon programming or against their commands. And I also know, but by now, like, a lot of you guys have been telling me that, well, apparently the Cylons, they are religious in some way. And they do believe in a deity, one deity, whereas the humans, you know, they have the Lords of Kobol. So it's several gods, deities. And how that plays into to all of it, sure, I'm gonna learn way more about that as well. But again, something is just telling me that with what number 6 is doing with Gaius and what Sharon is doing down on Earth with Hilo, not Earth, Caprica, and the way she was sort of treated by the other two there and beat up, and the whole line about, like, he's a good good person, good man, I'm paraphrasing, and then he'll always do what's right, that she might be getting connected to, like, the two attached to him, again, two attached to him in some way. And then we have Boomer and the Chief, where it was, as I also said, like, unexpected how he ended it there in the end. And I'm really curious to see if he's then going to also divulge some more information about, like, because it is quite suspicious what happened back in episode 2 with the water, and like how when they mentioned the whole thing about Cylon sleeper agents, and they let that cat out of the bag, and talking about it with everyone, or just telling everyone, how he immediately looked back at her. So is he already sort of suspecting that? Because he, like, deep down there must be just a little bit of doubt when it comes to that, or just a little bit of could she be, just based on everything that happened with the water. But he completely broke it off in the end, and also telling her, I think rightly so, that like, I am risking so much for you, and I've also been a little bit, I guess you could say, like, frustrated with him, and also like his willingness to just look past all the suspicious shit and cover for her completely. And but this sense of loyalty, that's also a big thing. Like, he's loyal to his people, his crew, the people he cares for, and that's also why he broke it up with her, because of what happened to this kid who just completely gave himself up to protect him. Yeah, we see it, we saw it a lot in this episode, how they are willing to cover for him, and him willing to cover for them or protect them. And also the thing with just in that scene with the moonshine thing, where he's also willing to do that. And he's, as we've seen, he was willing to put everything on the line for Boomer. And also, like, when they were being approached by, what was her name, Hadrian Hal, sorry, me and names sometimes. One who was conducting the investigations. She was a sergeant, I think. And how Sam Witwer, his character just straight up in her face and just like, what do you want with them? Like, very, very loyal and protective of each other. And Adama, of course, also protective of his people, but I really like the way that he was acting in this episode in particular, where, like, yeah, it makes sense to tell people, but he had his doubts about it, and me in the same way, because people are going to turn on each other, and what he was afraid of was sort of happening, and that's why he shut it down, like the whole witch hunt there in the end. And like, yeah, they have someone in the brig now, someone that the people can blame, as Roslyn also said. But that's, of course, not the end of it, not by a long shot. There are still sleeper agents, and I'm sure I'm gonna get acquainted with more sleeper agents, and there's gonna be big oh shit surprises. I can't believe that person was a Cylon, because right now, like, all I know is that Boomer, of course, is a Cylon sleeper agent. She doesn't know. The other one, Sharon, I also got my question answered there from last time, that she knows, or she can snap in and out of it. And that is also another question, and I asked it during the reaction. What exactly are they doing here with Hilo? Like, what do they want to get out of the situation, and what was the why take her away? Like, just to see how he would react, like, just to test that bond. I think that might be it, that they were just seeing, okay, how far would he go for her? How far can this relationship push him in the direction that we want to push him in, so that we can achieve whatever goal it is that we have here with messing with him. Because I don't think it's so that they can learn what the fleet is, or maybe because, like, yeah, why would, like, if they want to wipe them out and they know where the fleet is, why wouldn't they just keep going after them? Or maybe, like, because they're gonna run out of fuel at some point. Like, they're gonna run out of, like, they can't just jump around like every 33 minutes, because at some point, yeah, they're gonna be, one, like, extremely exhausted, as we saw in that first episode, but they're also gonna run out of fuel, I guess. So they could just chase them around like that, but they choose not to, if they indeed do know their location. But why wouldn't they, if they can send in another sleeper agent like that? Because they don't want them to build this device that can figure out who the sleeper agents are, and, like, they're just it's so intriguing what their goal really is, and why they are not just like, it doesn't seem like they are content with just killing them. They want something else, perhaps. And Now my head is starting to spin completely with everything that's going on here. And very interesting episodes. We didn't get a lot of Starbuck, because Starbuck actually got injured by that explosion, so she was just in the infirmary. Gaius visited her, brought her another cigar, and he clearly like sort of has a thing for her. And then she brought up the good point that, well, maybe they were going for you, what you're doing here on in the C deck, on the C deck. And then of course the interaction again with number 6 and Gaius, and how people aren't suspecting him with how he is acting all the freaking time. Maybe they're just like, oh, he's just a quirky scientist guy. Like, he's just very bright and clever, but he just doesn't know how to act around people, or he's just always, I don't know. Someone has to notice at some point, or has to like look into it and be like, so you're always acting strange as all hell. What's up? What's the fracking deal with you, man? What else happened? Of course, Ty saved Adama's life. That was nice. That was very nice. And I do, going back to the whole investigation, I understand why he did what he did to begin with like, you shouldn't answer to anyone because anyone can be a suspect. You should just be allowed to look into whoever you want and do these investigations without oversight. But then when it became a witch hunt, I also understand why he shut it down. And many of these rules and regulations, you can't be completely square when it comes to that, if you get what I'm saying, in this situation. Because I know I say it all the friggin' time. All the fracking time. You are on the brink of being completely exterminated. Like, the human race is almost gone, and some rules just need to be a little bit out the window, I guess. And then another rule is this whole thing with fraternizing, or like having relationship, being intimate with other members of the crew inside of the military. It's just let them. I mean, like, is it really going to mess things up that they can't be together? Are they afraid that people are gonna form too much of an attachment to other, like, because they already, like, they're all in this together. They should care for each other no matter what. Like, is it such a big issue, such a big problem if they do have, like, if there are going to be relationships on the ship? Because if it wasn't a rule, like, then there wouldn't have been all this shit going on with, like, people covering for the chief and for Boomer, and them having to sneak around, and then they could have conducted the investigation without focusing on the wrong people. Oh, wait, fuck, they're not focusing on the wrong people, and that's the whole thing. Like, Boomer is a Cylon sleeper agent, so on the right track. I don't know, guys. I don't know. As I said, my head is spinning, and I am, as per usual, exhausted after watching just one episode. It's so damn good. Can't wait to continue. I think, that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Thanks a lot to everyone who, to those of you watching on YouTube. Thank you so much for following my journey here and for subscribing to the channel. Hopefully you have already, and especially also to our dear patrons. Thank you so much for supporting us. You're the reason why I'm able to do this, and I hope I can keep doing it, because to be honest, like I mentioned it also, that was mainly just for the patrons during the intro. I don't know if that's a part of the YouTube version, but I said that at this point in time when I'm filming this, I've just posted my reaction, or it's been a few days since I posted my reaction to part 1 of the miniseries, and I was quite underwhelmed by, like, the amount of views and so on. So, like, just saying it, I don't know if it's gonna happen, but if the views on YouTube, they don't, like, it's not what I want it to be, or it doesn't correlate, or it doesn't fit with, what am I trying to say here? If it's not, with the amount of time that I'm spending on both watching and especially editing, because it takes a while to edit these, if the reactions on YouTube aren't getting a lot of views, then it's not really worth it. And I hate to make it all about the numbers and the ad revenue and so on, but this is also my job. It is a business. I have to make it work. If the views aren't there, then I might at some point have to make this a Patreon exclusive. I hope it doesn't necessarily come to that, but just wanted to mention it. So like for the patrons, these reactions are going to continue. If I am not going to do them on YouTube, I'm not going to spend time on editing them. They're just going to be uncuts. But again, I hope it doesn't come to that. I hope I can continue doing both with uncuts and early reactions on Patreon, and then of course on YouTube as well. Just wanted to get that out there. And if you have any questions, then please just let me know in the comments. That's it. Now I'm done. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you as soon as possible. So say we all.